David Grusch just went on national news and confirmed everything. The recovered craft, the non-human biological remains, the photographs, and now he's saying that he saw it all with his own eyes. And we're connecting a lot of dots that people seem to be missing. As always, I'm here to report the information without bias, and you can decide what to believe. You can find the sources in my detailed articles at ufonews.co, along with in the description box below. Hey ufologists, I'm Cristina Gomez, and welcome to this episode of UFO News Updates.
You believe that we have encountered alien beings and that they've come to Earth and that we know about it as a U.S. government?
That seems to be the case. I don't like to characterize necessarily where they came from. They're definitely some kind of non-human sentience, but it is true, believe it or not, we've recovered the vehicles and we actually have physical proof. And I was actually partially cleared into some of those activities. It was beyond oral testimony provided to me. I actually had partial access to the data and actually read the intelligence reports resulting from those programs.
Like with your own eyes,
Correct.
You saw it.
Yes.
Did you catch that? He said it was beyond oral testimony. But to understand why that statement is significant, we need to know what has changed since 2023. On July 6, 2023, David Grusch testified before the House Oversight Committee, and he told lawmakers he has been informed of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program. He said he interviewed over 40 witnesses across 4 years, and he claimed the government has recovered non-human biologics from crash sites. But here is what most people missed. When NPR reported on that testimony, they noted that Grusch said he had not personally seen any vehicles or alien bodies. His opinions were based on the accounts of witnesses he had interviewed, and his testimony was based on information that had been given by others. And there was another problem. When lawmakers tried to bring Grusch into a skiff to discuss classified details, they were told he did not currently have the security clearance to do so. His clearance had lapsed when he left government service. So even though he had made extraordinary claims under oath, Congress could not legally discuss the evidence with him. Then Congressman Burlison from Missouri was not willing to let it end there. On November 8, 2023, Burlison introduced what became known as the David Grusch Clearance Amendment. It was added to the Financial Service Appropriation Bill H.R. 4664 and passed by the voice vote in the House. The amendment encouraged the Office of Personnel Management to renew Grusch's security clearance. Take a listen to this.
I rise in support of this amendment, which would increase/decrease funding to express that the Office of Personnel Management should renew the security clearance of David Grusch. And unfortunately, he's unable to provide us with any supporting evidence to back up his claims because his security clearance has lapsed. Now, my understanding is that Mr. Grusch did go through the proper channels here by turning over classified information to the IC Inspector General. And he ultimately filed a complaint to the IC Inspector General alleging that the information that he presented to the IC has been illegally withheld from Congress.
Gentleman yields. Questions on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Missouri. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment is agreed to.
By November of 2023, the reinstatement process was completed and Grusch had his clearances back. In April of 2025, Burlison confirmed to Ask a Poll that Grusch had gotten his top secret clearance reinstated. And by March of 2025, Burlison announced that Grusch would be joining his staff as a special advisor to the House Task Force for the Declassification of Federal Secrets. That's a big deal.
Congressman?
Yeah.
You made some headlines with the hire of David Grusch.
Yeah.
Why'd you do it? Why'd you feel the need to do it?
I think that just it's frustrating to me that we can't continue to just not really get any further. And so one of the things that was highlighted to me really is that, or obvious to me, is that we don't have somebody that's an expert in this field helping us navigate the intelligence community, navigate these, because the thing is you don't know which questions to ask, right? And so how do you even determine where to go if you don't even have the first clue?
Let me take you back to that July 2023 hearing for a moment. When Grusch first used the phrase non-human biologics, it became the most quoted line from the entire testimony. But in that moment, he was careful to clarify. He said that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program, people who were still currently on the program, and he was reporting what others had told him. In the Fox News interview, Bayer pressed him on whether that has changed.
And when you mentioned in that testimony of recovering the pilots or remains non-human, that's something that you saw as far as the intelligence with your eyes?
Yes. And it is a very uncomfortable, even for me now, as somebody who's seen it, experienced it, even talking about it, because it's so outside a normal person's worldview to understand that there is this biological sentience that have piloted these crafts that don't necessarily look 100% like you and I.
Were there pictures? Were there?
There were. Yes, there were.
Look at his demeanor when he discusses this. He says it's uncomfortable even for him. And this is someone who has spent over a decade in military intelligence. Someone who has seen classified information that most people will never know exists. And even he finds this difficult to process. Bayer then asked the natural follow-up question. Are there photographs? Grusch confirmed that photographs of non-human beings recovered from these craft exist, and he's seen them. Now, there's so much more to this interview and more dots that we need to connect, including what he said about where these beings come from, so don't go anywhere. One of the most thoughtful parts of this interview was when Bayer asked about where these beings actually come from. And this is where Grusch's answer differs from what other officials have been saying. Back in August, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast, and Luna leads the same task force on the declassification of federal secrets that Grusch now advises. She's very confident that these things exist and that they are interdimensionals, but Grusch takes a more measured position.
When I said from another planet or from outer space, you said we don't know where they're from. Is it interdimensional? What are we talking about?
I've talked to a lot of occult graybeards on the program. That is a subject of hot debate on origin. As a guy trained in physics formally as well in my background, I leave an open mind on what the origin is. Certainly, there is the extraterrestrial hypothesis, and they could be coming from elsewhere off Earth, but I don't usually go there because I did not see that data, and I'm not conversant in the high confidence theories that the U.S. government had.
That was a really interesting statement that Grusch made, and he's hesitant to even say it's ET. You know who else said something similar? Dylan Borland. Here's the short clip on what he mentioned on Weaponized back in October.
I think what we are dealing with is very, very, very old. I think old humans have written those down in religious stories. I think that it's quite clear that we have been influenced by something else. I think Arrow has been telling the American public the truth, and you have said this on Weaponized on my behalf, which is Arrow's statement, there is no scientific evidence of extraterrestrials, is 100% technically true. You have to have a control to have scientific proof, and extraterrestrial is a very exact statement and word with an exact definition, an entity of another planet. These things, whatever they are probably what are referred to as gods or demons or angels or jinn, or insert whatever cultural or religious perspective you have. There are probably also extraterrestrials. It's not a one-size-fits-all.
Grusch also confirmed that Russia and China have their own programs. He stated he was able to view intelligence discussing adversarial programs. So whatever this phenomenon is, multiple world powers are all aware of it. Bayer asked about the cover-up and whether people have been threatened for trying to come forward. Grusch got pretty personal here. He confirmed that he was physically threatened before he even filed his Intelligence Community Inspector General report. He said he had to seek legal protection because he feared for both his career and his personal safety. And the attacks on his credibility continued after his 2023 testimony. Just 96 hours after he testified before Congress, journalist Ken Klippenstein of The Intercept published details from Grusch's past, including police records related to mental health struggles he experienced after returning from Afghanistan. Grusch filed a $2.5 million privacy lawsuit against the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office, alleging they unlawfully released confidential records.
Now, it seems that Grusch is saying the government leaked his personal medical information to smear him, discredit his claims that he made against them.
His legal team argued the timing was not a coincidence, and the case was dismissed in August of 2025. No appeal has been filed. Despite all of that, Grusch kept going. And when asked about the current Trump administration, his tone changed. He stated that members of the Trump administration are very well aware of this reality. Vice President J.D. Vance has spoken about his interest in investigating the topic. Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard has also stated she has many questions about this as well. Given his current role advising Congress on declassification, Grusch is in a position to know about what these things are. Do you believe full disclosure is finally coming? I'm Cristina Gomez, and that is it for today. I will see you again tomorrow at 10 a.m. PST for another UFO news update. Be safe, and remember, keep your eyes on the skies. If you enjoyed today's show, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the notification bell as I do daily UFO news and updates. Fresh UAP stories, government disclosures, and breaking developments land here every single day.